time from Davenport, Florida, with my morning inspiration. And this morning, I want to talk about you got to be hungry. And the reason why I want to talk about this topic is that anytime that you're trying to achieve anything in life, no matter what it is, you got to be hungry for it. You got to want it bad. You got to want it so bad that you'll do whatever it takes to get it. And what I mean by whatever it takes to get it, if it means doing something that you've never done before, say for instance that, you want to start a new journey in life into, you know, building wealth. So say for instance, you want to invest in second stream of income. And once you invest in that second stream of income, you got to be hungry. You got to want it. You got to want it real bad. You got to do whatever it takes. You got to work hard at it. You got to put in, long hours and do whatever you need to do. And if you're really, really hungry for it and you want it bad enough, you will accomplish it. But if you're not hungry, then you're not going to accomplish it. You just have to be in a position to where, it pretty much boils down to you and what you want out of life. And if you want something out of life bad enough and you're hungry enough for it, you're going to achieve it. And what I mean by being hungry, I mean, say for instance, when I was growing up, it was, I grew up on a farm, 14-acre lot of land, which was a farm land. And, my father and my mother, they used to ask me, we raised cows, we raised pigs, we raised hogs and all those things. And my father and my mother, they used to ask me, to go out and feed the hogs and feed the pigs. And I noticed a difference. When I went to feed the pigs, and I gave them the slop in the pig pen, they was not in no rush to get to it. But I noticed the difference when I went to go feed the hogs. As soon as I dropped the slop over the over the over the fence of the hog pen, them hogs rushed to it real fast. And that's what I mean by being hungry. That means that those hogs was hungry for the food. They wanted it real bad. So that's the way you gotta be. You gotta be real, you gotta rush, and you gotta work real hard, and you gotta want something real bad in order to achieve it. And the only way you're gonna do it is you gotta be hungry. Say for instance, if you want something real bad, okay, say for instance, if you want a new car. Now, if you want that new car and you want that new car bad enough, you got to be hungry for that new car. And what I mean by you got to be hungry for that new car is that you got to do all the necessary things that it takes in order for you to get that new car. If it means you working, say you work a 9 to 5, and it means you working more overtime in order to get that car, you got to be hungry enough to want that car. And if you're hungry enough to want it, you'll get it. And then you'll go ask your boss for all the overtime they could possibly get. And then if that's still not enough for you to get that car that you want, then you got to be hungry enough to do something else so you can get that car. And if you want it bad enough, you'll be hungry enough to get it if it means creating a second strand of income on top of what you're previously doing in order to get it, just so you can accomplish it. And it's the same way. If you want a new home, you got to do the same thing too. But it's the same way in life. If you want to get to a point in life to where you can live a successful life and live the blessed life and not the stressed life, you got to be hungry for it. You got to want it. You got to want it bad. You got to want it as bad as those hogs wanted to slop. You got to want it as bad as if, say for instance that you want food. When you're hungry for food, you want to eat. And if you don't eat, then your body gets a certain kind of way. So you have to feed your body. And it's the same way with your mind. If you're trying to get to another level in life, you got to feed your mind. You got to be hungry enough to feed your mind and with the things that it takes in order for you to accomplish whatever you set out to accomplish. But you got to be hungry for it. You got to want it bad. You got to strive to do whatever it takes to get it. If it means getting uncomfortable, taking risks, doing things that you normally wouldn't do before. But the thing is about it, if you want it bad enough, you will achieve it, but you have to be hungry enough to achieve it, you know. And what I mean by you have to be hungry enough to achieve it, you gotta go out there and do whatever it takes to get whatever in particular that you want, that you know that you deserve, because everybody in life deserves to be successful, but the only way they can be successful is that they got to be hungry enough to want to be successful. And when you're hungry, you go for something, you go after something. You know, you do what it takes to get what you want when you're hungry enough for it and you want it bad enough. So that's why I say you got to be hungry when you're trying to achieve anything in life and get to the next level. Say, for instance, your goals. If you're trying to achieve your goals in life in the way you want to go and where you want to be in the next 2 to 5 years, you got to be hungry in order to get there. And you got to do whatever it takes to get there. If it means doing some things that you wouldn't normally do, it may mean that you may have to put in some hours of doing some work late night, staying up late, waking up early in the morning, or whatever needs to be to achieve that goal. And then say, for instance, your dreams is the same way. You got to be hungry for it. If you're not hungry enough for it, you're not going to achieve it. That's just the bottom line. But if you're hungry enough for it, you can achieve it. You know, my great mentor, Les Brown, said to me, he said, if you're not willing to learn, nobody can teach you. But if you're willing to learn, nobody can stop you. And when it says nobody can stop you, that phrase right there means that you're hungry. You're hungry. You want it bad. You want it bad enough to where nobody can stop you. And there's nothing that nobody can say or do that's going to stop you from achieving that goal that you want, or from achieving that dream that you have, or from achieving that vision that you have, or getting to that level of success that you want to get to. But you have to understand, you have to be hungry. You have to want it. You know, a lot of people, you know, they say they want things and they want different lifestyles, but they're not hungry enough. And when I mean they're not hungry enough, they're not willing to put in the work that it takes to get to that level to where they want to be. You know, everybody wants to have money, but in order to have money, you got to be hungry enough to want it. And what I mean by hungry enough to want it, you got to do what it takes in order to get it. If you want to live a lifestyle of fun, freedom, and fulfillment, you got to be hungry for that lifestyle. And you cannot get that lifestyle by not putting in a effort. You got to put in a large amount of effort into doing whatever it is you're doing that's going to lead you to that lifestyle. You got to have consistency within doing it. So what I'm saying to you is this morning, I don't know what you're trying to achieve in life. I don't know what your goals are. I don't know what your dreams are, but I can tell you this right here, right now, this morning, if you're not hungry enough, you're not going to achieve those goals. You're not going to achieve those dreams. You're not going to get that car you want. You're not going to get that house you want. And you're not going to get that lifestyle that you want because you're not hungry enough. A lot of people sit back and say, okay, man, I wish I could do what Greg do. Now, you got to look at it like this. In order to do what I do, you got to be hungry to do it. You got to be hungry like I am. Me, myself personally, I'm hungry and I'm going after my goals and my dreams and my vision, because my goal is to be the first generation of millionaire in my family, because there's never been one. And I'm not sitting here telling myself that I cannot become that. I'm sitting here telling myself that I'm hungry enough for it and I'm going to do what it takes to get there. And that's my mindset that I have, because I have a positive mindset and I believe in myself that I can get there. And that's how you get to wherever you want to be, but you got to be hungry. You got to have the mindset to want it bad enough. You got to be hungry enough to discipline yourself to do what it takes to get it. And what I mean by discipline yourself, put in the work that is normal, that it takes to achieve your goal, to achieve your dreams, to do whatever you want to do in life, because nobody should have to settle in life and with nothing. If you want more in life, then get more hungry. That's what I can tell you. If you get more hungry and you want it bad enough, you'll get it. But if you want more in life and you tell yourself you want more in life, but you never take no actions to do more in life, then you're not going to get nowhere in life because you're not hungry. You're not hungry. I'm just going to be honest with you. You are not hungry. If you was hungry, then you would do the necessary things that it took to get you to that level to where you need to be in life, to where you could do what you needed to do. But if you're not hungry enough, you're not going to get there. You know, if you look at all the people that is successful in life today, they was hungry. They was hungry. You know, look at for instance, look at Muhammad Ali, who started out as Cassius Clay. But the thing is, he knew that he had a talent for boxing. He knew that he was good in boxing, and he was hungry enough to say that, hey, I'm going to become the greatest fighter of all times. And what did he do? He was hungry. He did everything he needed to do to work out, to get his body together, to work on his punches, to work on his moves, to do all those things. And now, God rest his soul, but he was the greatest boxer of all time. Muhammad Ali was. Okay, I'll give you another example. Look at Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan became the greatest basketball player of all time, but he was hungry, just like Muhammad Ali was hungry. And that's what I'm saying to you, the way Michael Jordan became the greatest basketball player of all time. And, you know, I don't know if you know his story or not, but when he tried out for the basketball team, he got cut. But then he was hungry. The hunger set inside of him when he got cut from the basketball team. And it said, he said to himself, hey, you know what? I'm not going to accept this. I'm going to work hard and I'm going to become the greatest basketball player of all time. And he did that, but he was hungry. And that's what I'm saying to you. He did that by working on his skills, working on his free throws, working on his dribbling, working on his moves, and doing that, but he was hungry. He wanted it bad enough to where he achieved it. In the same way that I'm saying to you in life, right now in your life, like I said, I don't know what your goals are, I don't know what your dreams are, but I know you have goals and I know you have dreams because everybody has goals and everybody has dreams that they want to accomplish. But if you're not hungry enough, you're not going to accomplish those goals and you're not going to accomplish those dreams. So I'm telling you right now, get hungry. You've got to be hungry. If you're not hungry, then you're not going to achieve what you're trying to achieve in life. And like I said, nobody deserves to tell themselves that, you know, I can't do this particular thing in life because of the situation that's going on in my life. You cannot judge a book by its cover. And you cannot judge your life by the things that has went on in your life and by the things that has happened in your past and by your upbringing. You know, had I judged my life by my upbringing, you know, I would have never got as far as I got today. Because like I said, I grew up in a little bitty country town called Camden, Arkansas. And I grew up on a farm and I grew up, you know, pretty much working. You know, I was out there working and hustling, you know, in the Billy Woods when I was 12 years old with my father and his best friend. But you know what? Guess what? The reason why I was out there doing that is because I was hungry. I was hungry to have more than the next person had. You know, I was hungry because when I went to school, I wanted to have money so I could buy what I wanted to do, what I wanted to eat. And then when I went to school, I wanted to be able to wear the latest clothes, the fashions. You know, back then it was Nike, Reeboks, you know, Jordan jeans, Air Jordan, Nikes and all that. I wanted to have all those things in school because I wanted to look better than everybody else that was in school because I wanted to portray a great image of myself. But in order for me to portray that great image of myself, I had to get hungry so I could go out there and get and have the money to get the things to buy those things. So I got hungry. I got up at 6 o'clock in the morning, sometimes 5 o'clock in the morning, and went out there in the Billy Woods and got 2 loads of wood by noon. And I had made me from $50 to $100, you know, but I was hungry. And back then, $50 to $100 was like hitting the jackpot. You could go shop like crazy. So I could go buy me with $50 to $100. I could go buy me about 4 or 5 pair of jeans and 4 or 5 shirts, you know, and all those different things. But I was hungry. So that's what I'm saying to you. You got to be hungry. If you want to get to the next level in life, you got to be hungry. No matter what it is, no matter what you want in life, no matter what you want to accomplish, You have to set inside of you some type of hunger that gives you the drive to want to go do what you got to do. And what I mean is by being hungry is showing up when you don't feel like it, getting up when you don't feel like it, performing when you don't feel like it, working harder when you don't feel like it, pushing yourself, giving more drive to yourself, telling yourself, hey, you know what? I'm going to accomplish this goal no matter what. I'm going to accomplish these dreams. My business is going to come true. I'm going to become this first generational millionaire no matter how hard I have to try. No matter how many obstacles I have to go over along the way, I'm not going to let nothing stop me. And that's what being hungry is when you get to the point to where you are unstoppable and nobody can stop you from your goals, from your dreams. Because if you sit here and you tell me right now that you don't have no goals and you don't have no dreams, then something's wrong. If you don't have no goals and no dreams the way you want to go in life, then you need to reevaluate your life and find out what are your goals and what are your dreams and what is your purpose on what you want to do in life and where do you want to be in life and where do you want to go. Because if you don't figure it out, then you're going to stay where you're at. And I guarantee you, everybody that's listening to me this morning on this morning inspiration, I guarantee you, you're not where you want to be. But a lot of you all have settled where you want to be because you're not hungry enough to get anywhere else. And I'll say that again. A lot of you all have settled where you are right now because you're not hungry enough to get anywhere else. And the reason why you're not hungry enough to get anywhere else is because you don't believe in yourself that you can get somewhere else. But I'm here to tell you right now, believe in yourself. Self-perseverance is the most important thing for you to go into the next level in life. You got to believe in yourself. Nobody else is going to believe in yourself. You got to embed it down, deep down inside of yourself and say, hey, I believe in myself and I know that I can reach this next level in life to wherever I want to go because I believe in myself. I have confidence in myself and I know that I'm going to reach this next level in life because I'm not going to give up. And then if you get that in your head and you adapt that state of mind and that positive mindset, you will get to where you want to go in life. And that's how you get there. And that's what being hungry is all about. You got to do whatever it takes to achieve your goal, your visions, your dreams, whatever they are, you got to work hard at them. And one thing you cannot allow when you're hungry and you're working hard and you're trying to achieve your goals and your dreams, you cannot allow someone's opinion of what you're doing distract your vision. You hear me? Let me say that again. You cannot allow someone's opinion of what you're doing distract your vision. Because the minute that you allow someone's opinion of what you're doing distract your vision, now you lose your vision. And now you're not hungry and you don't get to where you want to be in life. And I can tell you right now, nobody deserves to not be happy. And nobody deserves to just settle in life because they believe they cannot go no further. You know, we all know the great philosopher and everything when we was growing up and everybody told us, hey, you know what, this is what you need to do. You go to school, you get good grades, you graduate with honors, you go to college, you get a 4-year degree, and the rest is history. But I can tell you now, I'm one of those people that followed my mother's and father's rules. I went to school, I got good grades, I graduated with honors, I went to college, I got a 4-year Bachelor of Science degree in criminal justice with a concentration of forensic investigation. I did all the things, I did all the known things, but guess what? That landed me a job. And when it landed me a job, number one, I didn't have nothing going on in my life because that job owned me. That job had total control over my life. It told me when to come in. It told me when to go home. And then I was time broke because I was living from paycheck to paycheck. And then I was drowning in from about $80,000 to $100,000 in student loan debt. So I got hungry. I said, you know what, Greg? I'm going to do something about this situation. So I got hungry and I invested in the concept of the network marketing industry, on top of me working that 9-to-5 job. And I got real hungry once I got in the industry and I seen all the things that I could accomplish in this industry and the lifestyle that it could give me. I got hungry. I got real hungry and I started to work real hard to be successful in the industry. And I'm saying that right now, if I can be successful in the industry, you can too. But I'm not saying that that's the route you should take in order to be successful, but I'm just saying that's just an option. But you got to be hungry if you want to take that route, because it requires work and it requires some getting up and showing out with consistency when you don't feel like it. So just ask yourself this question: how hungry are you to take your life to the next level? Just ask yourself that question. Take a look at your life right now and ask yourself this question: how hungry are you to take your life to the next level? And if you're real hungry to take your life to the next level, then find a way to invest in yourself on top of what you're doing right now and create a safety net, because you got to be hungry in order to get to anywhere in life that you want to be. The same thing, and it's not always about business. Say, for instance, you want to lose weight. You want your body to be a certain type of way, and you're struggling with getting up and working out and all that. You got to get hungry. You got to get hungry to get up and work out and do what you need to do so you can lose that weight. Because if you're not hungry enough, you're not going to lose the weight you want. And that's just it. That's you can say, hey man, I'm gonna lose 20 pounds this year, but if you don't never get up and work out and go to the gym and do the things that you need to do, and you're not hungry enough to lose those pounds, you're not gonna lose them. It's just the bottom line. But like I said, it all boils down to, where do you want to be? If you want to be at a point in life to where you can live a life of being real healthy, to where you'll be on this earth a long time, then you will get hungry enough to get your body physically fit to where you can live that lifestyle. And I'm saying that to some of you people right now, because I know it might be somebody out there right now that wants to lose weight, has it all in their mind that they want to lose weight and they want to do it, and they want it so bad, but they cannot discipline themselves enough to get it started. But I'm gonna tell you this: look at it like this. Look at it as being hungry. Look at it as the example that I gave you when I said, when I was little and my mom and dad used to ask me to go feed the hogs, and when I put the slop over the fence for the hogs rushed at it. That's because them hogs was hungry. That's how hungry you got to be if you want to lose that weight. If you want to lose that weight, you got to be hungry in order to lose that weight. And being hungry is doing the necessary things on a consistency basis on what it takes to lose that weight that you're trying to lose. That's what it's all about, being hungry. You have to be hungry. If you're not hungry enough for what your goals are, what your visions are, what your dreams are in life, you're not going to achieve them. That's just the bottom line, because there was a saying that says, whatever the mind can conceive, it can achieve. So in order for you to lose weight, you got to conceive that you want to lose weight, and then you will achieve losing weight. But you got to conceive it in your mind that you want to lose weight, and no matter what it takes, you're going to do what it takes to lose weight. And it's the same way with being successful. If you want to be successful, you got to conceive in your mind of a successful mindset. You got to think like successful people think. And then once you conceive in your mind the thoughts that successful people have, then you can achieve success. But you cannot achieve it without conceiving it first. And it's the same way with anything in life that you're doing. It doesn't matter what you're doing in life. Your daily walks of life. Say, for instance, that you want to change your attitude. You realize that down through the years, you have had a bad attitude, and you want to adjust your attitude. You got to get hungry in order to adjust your attitude And the only way you get hungry and to adjust your attitude is that you start working on it. And the only way you can start working on your attitude to become a better person, to adjust your attitude from being mean and disrespectful to kind, is you got to start communicating with people in kind ways. And you got to make that a ritual, and you got to get hungry to do that each and every day, to say kind things to people no matter what. And no matter what their outcome is, and no matter how they feel about the things that you said kind, whether they give you a reaction or not, you got to know in your mind, you got to conceive that you want to change the way you are. And now, once you conceive it, you can achieve it, but you got to start from being hungry. You got to be hungry to want to change your life. You got to be hungry to want to change your attitude. You got to be hungry to want to change your finances. You got to be hungry to want to change your present situation that you're in right now and make things better for you and your family. You got to be hungry in order to do it. If you're not hungry, you're not gonna achieve it. It's just the bottom line. You know, a lot of people all the time, they ask me, man, Greg, how do you have the drive you have? How do you have all the things you have? I'm hungry. I'm hungry for a better lifestyle than what I have right now. Don't get me wrong, the lifestyle I have right now is okay, but it's not where I want it to be. I have not made my first $1 million yet. So I haven't became that first generational millionaire yet. And I'm not going to stop until I do, because I'm hungry. I want it, you know? And that's why I come on here with this morning inspiration, is because I'm hungry to let you all know that there is a better way to live life, to where you can live life in a blessed life and not the stressed life. You can live the life that you deserve. You can live the life that God put you on this earth for. You can live your purpose in life. But in order for you to live your purpose in life, you got to know your purpose. And then once you find your purpose in life, you got to be hungry to achieve your purpose. But that's all about being hungry, and you have to be hungry. If you're not hungry, you're not going to get to the next level in life. And that's why I want to do this morning inspiration. You got to be hungry, because, you know, I don't know, for some reason, you know, God just put it on my heart that there's some people out there right now that's trying to achieve something, but they're not hungry enough to achieve it. And I'm telling you right now, you got to get hungry to achieve it. You got to do what others want so you can have what others can't. And if you don't, then you're not hungry enough. You don't want what you say you want. If you want something bad enough in life, you will get hungry enough to achieve it. And if you don't get hungry enough to achieve it, you're not going to get to that point in life where you need to be. So I'm telling you right now, whatever's holding you back from your destination in life, where you want to be, the reason why you haven't gotten there, you're not hungry enough. You don't want it bad enough. When you want it bad enough and you get hungry enough, you will achieve it. You will find a way to achieve it. And like I said, this is to all you people that's still working a 9 to 5 and don't like working a 9 to 5. You got to get hungry enough to become that action taker and that decision maker, to work on creating a second strand of income on top of what you're previously doing, so you can get to the next level you want to be in life. But if you're not hungry enough, you can't get there. And that's just the bottom line. So you got to realize in your mind, how bad do you want it? Are you hungry enough? Are you hungry enough to go out there and get it? How bad do you want it? You know, and I can tell you right now, if you want something in life bad enough, you're going to get hungry enough to achieve it. And that's just the bottom line. Because like I said, my journey within the network marketing industry has not all been peaches and creams. You know, just like I told you, you know, it was a rough month in 2018 when my sister passed away, and I lost money and things didn't happen right, you know, because of the fact that the things that I was going through. And then in 2018, I had two brother-in-laws pass away as well. So it was rough. And then I was dealing with a company that things wasn't going right with, and I was losing money. But guess what? I got hungry. I got hungry for something else. And when I got hungry for something else, God gave me something else. And God, eventually gave me our boomerang when it was launched in 2019. I was hungry and I knew that this was my chance to get back all the money that I had lost from being in the other company. Now, I could have said, well, you know what? This ain't gonna work out. I done been in this other company for all these years and I done had success in it. And now my success is dwindling and now I'm losing money. So I'm just not gonna go back into another network marketing concept. I'm just not gonna do it. But guess what? I was hungry. I was hungry for achieving my goals, my dreams, my visions. I was hungry for it. And by me being hungry for it, I did not give up. I kept searching. I kept looking. I kept praying. And then I got introduced to the concept of our boomerang, and I'm here today. And like I said, I'm winning at a major way, but the only reason why I'm winning at a major way is because I was hungry. And that's what I'm telling you. You got to get hungry. Whatever you want to accomplish in life, you have to get hungry. If you're not hungry for it, you're not going to accomplish it. And don't worry about the obstacles in your way, because obstacles are going to be there. You know, life is not going to always be the way you planned it, the way you want it, the way you visualize it. It's up to you to make those visions come true. It's up to you to make those plans work. It's up to you to make your dreams a reality. That's all up to you, but it boils down to how hungry are you and how bad do you want it? And if you want it bad enough, you will achieve it, but you got to get hungry. You got to be hungry. So my thing is to each and every one of you all this morning is that my question I want to ask you, and I want you to just really think about this. How hungry are you to achieve what you want in life? I don't know what it is, but I'm going to say that again. How hungry are you to achieve what you want in life? No matter what it is, how hungry are you to achieve it? Are you hungry enough to where you can go out and start from this day forward, putting together a schedule and a plan to achieve your goals and dreams and your visions? Are you hungry enough? And if you're at a point in your life right now to where you're not satisfied, guess what? You're the only person that can change it. But you got to get hungry. You got to get hungry in order to change your lifestyle situation. And if you're hungry enough to change your lifestyle situation, a way for you to change it will come along. But when it comes along, you got to be hungry and do what it takes to get to where you need to be, to do what you need to do in order to achieve those goals, those visions, those dreams, and live out your purpose on life, because you're the only one that can live your life. You have the control over your own life. You are in the driver's seat. Ain't nobody else in the driver's seat but you. So you either gonna drive forward, or you're gonna either keep hitting in reverse. Which one are you? Are you hungry enough? If you're hungry enough, you're gonna jump out of reverse and hit forward real fast. But if you're not hungry enough, you're gonna stay in reverse, or you either gonna stay in neutral. So you think about it. Reverse means you're gonna go backward. Neutral means you're gonna stay where you are. And drive forward means you're gonna go forward. So you either gonna do one of the three things in your life. But how hungry are you? If you're hungry, you're gonna drive forward. If you're not hungry, you're gonna either stay in neutral, or you're gonna hit reverse and go backwards. But my question to you this morning, in this morning inspiration, how hungry are you to change your lifestyle and make your lifestyle better for you and your family, to create a lifestyle to where no one has control over your life but you? Are you hungry enough to start today to figure out a way to where you can live that lifestyle? Are you? I'm just asking. And like I said this morning, God put that on my heart, to tell you you got to be hungry, because of the simple fact that a lot of people don't have the encouragement from other people to tell them that they can achieve things, but they just got to be hungry and want it. And I'm here to tell you, you can achieve whatever you want, but you got to remember you're in the driver's seat. So are you going to drive? Are you going to stay in neutral? Or are you going to hit reverse? The choice is yours. Me, myself, personally, I'm going to drive, and I'm going to keep driving, and I'm going to drive as hard as I can until I reach that first generational millionaire, because that's my goal. That's my ultimate goal. And that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to reach it. And I'll be coming back to you telling you, you remember when I told you I was going to be that first generational millionaire? And I'm going to show you. I'm going to say, look at how I live as a first generational millionaire. And you're going to say, well, man, Greg told me he was going to do it. But you know what? The only way I'm going to accomplish it because I'm hungry. I'm hungry and I want it bad. So that's what you got to do. If you want something bad in life, you got to get hungry and you got to do what you got to do in order to achieve it. So this morning, I thank each and every one of you all for stopping by my morning inspiration. And I truly, truly thank your support. You know, I check my viewers and I'm over close to 2,000 viewers, and I appreciate each and every one of you all that tunes in and takes time out of your busy day, whether it's in the morning or you watch the replay or whatever you do. I appreciate you and I thank you for tuning in and listening to my morning inspiration. And like I say, I pray and I hope that it gives you knowledge to where you can find a way to live a better lifestyle than what you're living right now if you're not happy with the previous lifestyle that you're living. Because like I say, every time I come on here with morning inspiration, it is advice to you, but it's also advice to me. It keeps the fuel under the fire for me. It keeps me to drive to stay hungry. It keeps me to drive to deal with certain situations in my life. And I just want to just, put it out there to you to let you know that I love you and I care for you. That's why I give you this advice, because I want you to live the blessed life and not the stressed life. And I want you to get everything out of life that you deserve. But a lot of people don't get what they deserve out of life because they have a sense of fear. They have a sense that they don't believe that they can do it. Or somebody has told them way back that they're not good enough. Don't believe that. You have your own mind and you control your own destination. Always remember that. Nobody has your mind but you. Nobody controls your destination but you. You make your own decisions in how you want to build your finances, how you want to improve your finances, how you want to improve yourself as a person. But you got to be hungry. All those things that you want in life, you can achieve them if you're hungry enough and you go for them, and you go for them with full speed, full force, full speed ahead, and you go for them and you want it bad. Just like I said, when I gave you that example, just as bad as a hog wants slop, and you hungry enough, you will achieve it. So like I said, once again, thank each and every one of you all for stopping by my morning inspiration this morning. Once again, my name is Greg Young, coming to you live from Davenport, Florida. And I just want to say I appreciate each and every one of you all. And I love you for entrusting in me to give you this advice that I give you every morning. And I pray that this advice is helping you throughout your daily walk of life, and it's making you think and choosing you to make better decisions in life so that you can get ahead in life where you want to be and you can live the lifestyle that you want to live. Because that's my ultimate goal. My ultimate goal is to give you the advice, and then you take heed to the advice, and then it blesses you and your family's life. And now you're able to live the lifestyle that you deserve, and you don't have to settle somewhere you're unhappy. That's just the bottom line. But like I said, I love each and every one of you all. Thank you for stopping by my morning inspiration this morning. But just do me a favor, like, comment, and share on this video, because I know this message that I gave out this morning and all my messages that I give are very powerful and enlightening to the people. So, just like, comment, and share. And if you're headed out the door this morning to go to work, be careful out there. If you're working from home, always preserve a positive mindset at all times. Don't let the obstacles that you go through get you down or cause you to quit, because if you quit, then you're not hungry enough. If you keep moving, you're hungry. So just remember that. Just remember, this phrase: a quitter never wins and a winner never quits. And if you remember that phrase in anything you're doing in life, it doesn't have to be in the network marketing industry, just in life in general, just remember, a quitter never wins and a winner never quits, because you can't be both. You got to be one or the other. Me, I chose to be a winner. I chose to keep winning. So that's what I'm saying to you. Just remember that. And I just want to say, God loves you, and so do I. And have a blessed day, and be careful out there, and goodbye.